and American citizens alike. Joining me now is Goliad County Judge Mike Bennett and Kinney County Attorney Brent Smith, both from the great state of Texas. Gentlemen, welcome. We'll talk to both of you on this. I want you guys to weigh in both of this. This is a 5-year-old boy. We've got a video. Inconsolable after being abandoned at the border. It's just the inhumanity of this, the Biden administration, this kind of idiocy that is leading to kids being abandoned. This is what Democrats call compassion and kindness. Judge Bennett, what goes through your mind when you see videos like this and others?
Well, we've been down on the border, and I can assure you there's nothing compassionate about any of this. We've seen the way they come across the river at night in the total darkness with no life jackets on. And it's I would never put my children in that kind of danger, and we see it on a regular basis.
Yeah, and that's what these policies inspire. Mr. Smith, you want to weigh in on that video before we go on to the next question?
Yeah, Chris, thanks for having me. These policies that are put in place, well, first of all, they go counter to immigration law that's been passed by Congress. But more than that, the reason that these children are being left behind like this is because the family units that are released, they're without identification, without anything. And so a lot of these legal aliens are using the children to come in without being checked with background checks or anything. Once they're used, they're just abandoned, just like you saw there. It's a travesty, and it was counter to our laws.
Well, Biden continues to double down on stupid. He formally ended the Trump-era Remain in Mexico policy. His agenda is to loosen immigration policies and ensure that entering the United States will be, in his words, easier, cheaper, and faster than ever. Brent, I can see why California, Arizona, and New Mexico, they deserve this type of punishment that Texas is taking. But Texas opposed the socialist lawless agenda. Any ideas how Texas can push back on this?
Yeah, you're right. The Texas governor did file a declaration yesterday. And so I'm hoping that, everything the declaration says seems to be on point, but we'll see with the implementation of it, if it comes to that. But, even under the U.S. Constitution, every state has the right to defend its own borders when at times of invasion. And Border Patrol reported that we've had over 860,000 apprehensions alone. That's not counting everyone they didn't. And Border Patrol usually gets 20%. If that's not an invasion, I don't know what is.
Well, a growing number of Americans are being caught smuggling illegal drugs across that border. The policies that are loosening down there, it's only going to get worse from here. Judge Bennett, more deadly fentanyl has come into the United States from January until May than all of 2020, not to mention all the dead bodies that are popping up all over Texas. Biden's policies are literally deadly, aren't they?
They seem to be, sir. We're definitely seeing an increase in trafficking up our way. We're about 4 hours north of Brackettville, where Brent is, and we're seeing the ripple effect. It's changing lives, and we're seeing a lot of trespassing on people's property, fences being driven through with stolen vehicles. Every vehicle they drive is stolen. So we're seeing a ripple effect, and it's really exhausting our law enforcement capabilities.
Well, Judge, I'm going to stick with you. Governor Greg Abbott was on my radio show this morning, and he declared, of course, a disaster in the state of Texas, as we've alluded to already. He said if Biden and he set up his border czar, which is Kamala Harris, down there. Let me ask you, she hasn't been down to the border. Do you think that she is at all competent or capable of doing anything that will stop this, what many are classifying as an invasion? What do you say, Judge?
I couldn't comment on whether she's capable or competent, but I will tell you it's impossible to address the problem without seeing it firsthand and interviewing the ranchers on the border that are dealing with on a 24-hour basis. This is totally interrupted people's lives all along the Texas border, and we've had enough.
Yeah, and Mr. Smith, the governor of Texas said to me this morning that if the border czar, Kamala Harris, won't do anything, then Texas will. Do you agree?
I agree, and we will. In fact, we're going to start prosecuting illegal aliens that are trespassing on the people's property. We're going to apply state law to them and make them just under like anyone else that would trespass. We're going to prosecute them.
That's a great idea. If you get caught, if coyotes get caught taking individuals across people's private property, there is a consequence for that, unless Democrats, socialists want to say that illegal aliens are better and shouldn't have to follow the law the way American citizens do, and they just might do that, gentlemen. Judge Mike Bennett and Brent Smith, gentlemen, thank you very much. Appreciate the time. Americans for Limited Government is launching a